So our next topic is integer division. If you remember in like 4th grade when we learned remainder division, so 13 divided by 5 is 2, remainder 3, because it's 13, which is 5 goes into twice with a remainder of 3. So integer division always truncates the result, which means it chops off the decimal part, and it does not mean it's rounding. For example, we have 13 divided by 5. Basically, you just don't include the remainder. If it will not go into it, it's going to be 0, and negatives stay totally the same. Yeah. But decimals will change it. If you try to do integer division with a decimal, that's an oxymoron. You can only do integer division with integers. A double is infectious, and if you put it into any equation, anywhere in it, it will make everything a double, which can really screw up your code. If you're trying to put in an int and you get a double, you're probably going to get an error. So for example, integers might seem stupid, like you might just be like, why not just use a double? But they're actually more precise in a lot of situations, and especially what we're doing in this class, you're not really going to need doubles as much. And then we have what Mr. McGlattery calls the weird operator. It's not the percent, it is called mod. It basically is the opposite of integer division, so it just takes the remainder. For example, 14 mod 5, that's how you say it, would be 4, excuse me. Does anyone have any examples of why we would use it? Any ideas?
These videos are real examples of me teaching an AP Computer Science class and tutoring a peer. If I were to be a course assistant for CS50, I would be excited to get deeper into the course material, as well as really develop my teaching skills. I enjoyed learning CSS and would be happy to help students with that. I would also love to dive into memory and the details of C, like the complexity of strings, during teaching, as well as cementing my own knowledge of the language. One of my favorite parts of computer science is debugging. Debugging is like a mystery, fun to solve, but often exasperating. Throughout the course, I discovered many techniques for debugging, but the most consistent problem solver is constant testing. Testing at almost every step along the way leaves less room for mistakes and makes it easier for those mistakes to be discovered. It also encourages students to understand each step of their program and to learn how to run their program early. A common problem I have seen is students doing their entire project, feeling great about it, and then having major issues with just running it, not necessarily with the code itself. I would hope to teach students not only how to debug, but problem solving in general. CS50 taught me how to reach out for resources and get help when I was confused, and I would be honored to be that help for someone else.
So, I was wondering why subclasses are inside superclasses and how you connect to them.
Okay, so you have the word sub and the word super.
Mm-hmm.
A subclass is inside of a superclass, which means it doesn't just mean it's inside of it, it means that it inherits all of the methods from the superclass.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have a superclass, which is a person, and inside of that, a subclass of a teacher, the person is going to have methods like talking and running and swimming, and the teacher will have all of those methods inherited.
Mm-hmm.
That's a real computer science word there, but it will also have other methods if you want,
Mm-hmm.
like teaching. So the reason we have superclasses and the subclasses is so that you can have inherited methods without having to rewrite them all over again.
So the teacher can do everything that a person can do, and it can teach So it just kind of like extends what the person can do?
It does, yeah.
So is that